Witajcie, kochani. Witam Was serdecznie w ten troszeczkę późniejszy poranek. Wiem, że możecie trochę słyszeć remonty, które się obok nas aktualnie odbywają. Co prawda umówiliśmy się tam z sąsiadami, że będą trochę ciszej przez czas, kiedy mamy spotkanie z Wami. Mam nadzieję, że za chwilę będzie trochę mniej tego stukania i będziecie nas dobrze słyszeć. Na początku chciałabym się Was zapytać, tych osób, które już się podłączyły, czy nas dobrze słychać, znaczy czy mnie dobrze słychać i ewentualnie to stukanie obok, i czy nas dobrze widzicie, czyli czy mnie widzicie i tutaj naszego gościa, który jest na ekranie obok, a my witamy Was w kolejnej wirtualnej podróży. Dzień dobry, Edyta. Napisz proszę, czy jest ok. Wszystko ok, super. Dzięki serdecznie za potwierdzenie. Tak jak powiedziałam wcześniej, witamy Was na kolejnej wirtualnej podróży. W trakcie tego wirtualnego spaceru, wirtualnej wycieczki zabierzemy Was dzisiaj na Madagaskar. Ja nazywam się Elwira Urbańczyk i reprezentuję firmę Make Break, w której zajmujemy się przygotowywaniem wyjazdów szytych na miarę, zarówno dla klientów indywidualnych, jak i klientów korporacyjnych w postaci wyjazdów motywacyjnych. Robimy także eventy i konferencje, również w formule online, jak na przykład teraz. Tak jak powiedziałam wcześniej, zapraszam Was na kolejne spotkanie z cyklu wirtualnych podróży. A co to są wirtualne podróże? To taki krótki wstęp dla osób, które być może są z nami dzisiaj pierwszy raz. Jest to po prostu online'owe zwiedzanie świata na żywo. Dzięki tym podróżom mamy nadzieję, że będziecie mogli poznać jakieś zakamarki świata, zapoznać się z nimi trochę bliżej, ale jednocześnie chcemy Wam te kawałki świata pokazywać na żywo, żebyście wiedzieli, jak wygląda dany kraj, żebyście mogli zadawać pytania naszym gościom, którzy są specjalnie dla Was zapraszani na te spotkania. Całe spotkanie jest na żywo, więc spokojnie możecie w komentarzach pisać swoje pytania i nasi goście zawsze na te pytania chętnie odpowiadają. Myślę, że w kwestii wstępu to już jest wystarczające, a teraz chciałabym Wam serdecznie przedstawić naszego dzisiejszego gościa, prosto z Madagaskaru, którym jest Jaona. Hello, Jaona. How are you?
Hello, fine. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm so good. And nice to be with you today.
Please, it's nice for us as well. Thank you very much that you said yes for our virtual trip. Please introduce yourself and say something about you and where you are now.
Yes, I am in Antananarivo, the capital of Madagascar. As you said, my name is John, and I work for travel agency, which is your partner in Madagascar. And I am in the office, but at the same time, it happens to me to be a guide. And as far as I have been working as a guide for a long time, I train guides as well. So Antananarivo is the place where our travel agency is based, but we have representatives in Budapest and in Paris and in Madrid.
And you also lived before in Russia, you said.
Yes, I am fortunate enough to speak some languages such as Spanish, Italian, French, Russian, Japanese, and my mother tongue, which is Malagasy language.
That's a lot. That's truly a lot. Okay, and please say us where you are now and what you will show us during this virtual trip.
I am in front of a church, a Catholic church, and I am going down to the city center where I will show you a marketplace and the people life, everyday life. And afterwards, I take you to an administrative district where we can see other scenery, a bit different from marketplace. And I hope we end at the tourist office.
How is the general situation now on Madagascar? Is it open for a tourist? Is whole area open or only part of the area?
No, so far it is not yet open to tourists because, as everywhere in the world, we are facing the second wave of pandemic, but it is not as bad as elsewhere. We are not locked down. We are just very severe as far as measures are concerned. For example, I have to put my mask afterwards when I start the film, and we have to respect the distance, the interpersonal distance of 1 meter, and also to wash the hands every time you can, and all the measures taken elsewhere in the world we are applying here.
I understand. Okay. Can you say something general about Madagascar, something about history, about the people who live there, some general facts?
Yes, Madagascar is as big as France, Belgium, and Luxembourg taken together, and the population is 25 million, and 10% of the 25 million people live in Antananarivo, and we speak Malagasy language, but we have also as an administrative language French and English, but French is a colonial language. So we were colonized by France in 1896, and we recovered independence in 1960. So it was 61 years ago we got independence again. But as you can see, French influence is very present here in Madagascar. But in touristic areas, English is more or less spoken. But everywhere in Madagascar, we speak Malagasy language, even though with 18 tribes, we have some differences in speaking, but we understand each other with Malagasy language. It's the same language, but spoken with different accents in different parts of Madagascar. Yes.
So how many general language you use on Madagascar?
Oh, we have the official Malagasy language. Everybody speaks it, and we can speak French. We can speak dialect, but dialects we understand each other. But
Okay.
the official language is Malagasy and French.
Okay. And is it easy to communicate with people in English as well?
In English?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in places where tourists go. So yes, you can speak English in restaurants, in hotels, and in places. In tourist sites. Even though I don't speak freely, fluently English, I can understand, I can answer you. But not everyone can speak English. Is taught at school. So if you don't go to school, you don't have English.
Okay, but if somebody speaks French, it's good, and even in non-touristic area, we can communicate with people as well.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay, so let's start our virtual showing, because you have a lot of places that you would like to show us.
Yes, I just okay. We started.
Yeah, you would like to turn back the camera, yeah? It's fine.
Yes,
Now
I'm
it's good.
turning-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we see.
So the yellow cars you see here are taxi. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All the taxi in the capital of Madagascar are colored with this color. Here, as I told you, I was in front of a church, a big church, a Catholic one. We leave this place, we go down to the center. Slowly we go down to the center, and you will see it's quiet in this part of the city. We are a bit high because we are at 1,200 meters high. And today, it is a Wednesday, it is a working day, and it is lunchtime now here in Madagascar. So most of people are at home having lunch. But when you can see the difference, when we go to the market, it will be again very crowded.
Yeah. What hour is now on Madagascar?
It is something. And
Okay.
we are now our winter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
Sorry?
were.
Do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Sometimes the view is cutting, but we hear you. I think it's
Yes.
kind of problem with internet connection, but it's
Yes,
quite,
maybe. Yes.
quite
Did you see
normal,
what I show you?
unfortunately. But we show, yeah, we
These
see.
are little cakes made of rice,
Mm-hmm.
and people have them with coffee in the morning or at tea time.
Mm-hmm. But it's sweet, isn't it?
It is. Yes,
Mhm.
there is also some salty. But the same, they eat it with coffee or tea or.
Now
hot
we
drink.
don't
Yeah.
hear you. I hope you come
Yes.
back. Now I
am
see
back.
that
Do you hear you?
even you don't hear us.
I hear you. Do you hear me? Hello?
Hello, yeah, now we back. I'm not sure if it was from my side or your. Okay, we are back.
Okay. Just want to show you that
Hello?
everything is, yes. Here you can see some hotels. And far away on top of the hill, if you can see.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, you are back.
Okay. Don't worry. Maybe because I am moving.
No, and maybe it's on my side, to be honest, today, because today something strange happened with my internet connection, so it can be also from my side. But now you are here, we see everything, you can continue.
Yes. I show you some little places where they sell things like fruit. You saw kaki, apple, and orange, apple again, and kaki. Do you know kaki, or how do you call it in?
We call it the same, kaki. We have it in our shop, so it is possible to taste here. And some people say that they really like this fruit.
Yes, it's not. It is good. It is tasty. So some shops where they sell items for women.
It's kind of second hand, or no, not?
No, it's a fashion shop. But here you can see a hotel. Hotel, but as far as there is no tourists now, it's very quiet.
But there was a moment that a part of the Madagascar were open for the.
Yes.
Yeah. What happened?
No, it is it is just closed for 15 days. It will be reopened again at the end of the month.
Okay.
Because there is a second wave of the pandemic, so new measures are taken. Here I show you a place where they sell all the natural medicines from medicinal plants, and they are very useful now. Even there is a discount. If you buy one, you can get two. This is so-called Madagascar. You can find it only in Madagascar, and the name Madagascar means resolves all your problems. So you can take it, you can have it for every disease you have. It helps you to keep fit. I show you some other medicines based on local medicinal plants. So this kind of shop is very useful now because they offer lots of products can help you. This is, for example, a tea made of cinnamon and lemongrass and ginger. And this is a local green tea. Very good also. Honey is very useful as well, honey. And this is the time when this kind of shops can have very good business because of the situation.
So almost all of the specific was from herbs, yeah?
Yes. In front you have a bookshop. This bookshop is selling any kind of book, but for one price, 4,000 riyal, but it's less than €1. And some of the books are second-hand ones. Here you have a workshop where people repair all TV.
Okay. Can you say something general about how looks the life on Madagascar?
About life in Madagascar?
About life.
Yes. So average salary for workers in factories is about 300,000 ariari, but should be €60. But there is a very big difference between the lower class and the upper class. So it is almost the same everywhere in the third world. But we can say that it's easy to have a good business in Madagascar if you are creative, if you are willing to, because Madagascar is still very open for lots of investment. So we are starting to crowded market. Yeah, starting with the sausages, pork, and even in the market you can see live poultry. They are on sale. And the eggs. Yeah, and chili things. Ginger. This is a Malagasy bitter vegetable. You just make a soup with it. It is not for the taste, it is for the health.
Yeah, we need to say that we are on a really huge market that you can find there everything. everything you
Yes.
need, you can go there,
Yes.
and for sure
Everything
you will
need,
buy
you can-
it.
Yeah. You can find everything you need. It used to be the biggest market, open market in the world, but the open market was cancelled in 1977 because of it was too crowded, so it was cancelled, and there is only a small part of it now, but you still can notice that it's very big. I am showing you some pieces of wood. People use them to light the fire at home when they use charcoal. And
Charcoal.
once again, you can, yeah.
What's
But
that?
Charcoal is the black carbon you can use instead of gas. It's wooden carbon used for cooking. So
Okay.
here you can have coffee beans, maize, beans, and all the things you need at home, even rice, different color of rice. This is the pink rice, this is yellow rice, this is white rice, and this is again pink rice.
There are a lot of different kind of rice, I think. I see
Yes,
you have.
the red rice is our endemic species of rice.
So if we are talking about rice, is it you use rice often in your cuisine?
We eat rice 3 times a day. For
Oh,
breakfast,
so often.
for lunch, for dinner. But the way of
Okay.
cooking it is different.
Okay, and what are the typical cuisine from Madagascar? So when we are going to Madagascar, which meal we should to try?
You can try, for example, the cassava leaves. Do you know cassava? Or maybe you know it as manioc.
Manioc, yeah.
Yeah, manioc, the leaves of the manioc plant cooked with pork. We call it ravitutu, and this is one of our national dishes. You can also have eel. You know eel? It's like a snake, but it lives in water. And we have also the rumazava. Oh, you can have here a sewing machine. A sewing machine. People can mend your clothes if you need it very urgent. For example, you have your clothes. Something happened to you, and you have to mend your clothes very urgently. You can go here and have it. Oh, I talked to you about the cassava leaves, the manioc. Here it is. It is already prepared. You have to cook it with pork. And this is another kind of green leaf you have only in Madagascar. It is hot. We call it anamalau. That means spicy green leaf. And it's also good. This is the potato leaves. It's very rich in calcium, and we cook it with bull meat.
Bull meat. Okay.
The bull is the cow. The local cow.
As you said before, it's quite crowded, because we met on the same market on Saturday to check the internet connection, take a look how it will look like. It was less crowded than now.
Oh no, you will see it is crowded, but we are now at lunchtime and people are having lunch, but don't. You can see that the crowd is still there. Yeah, you see the leaves for the medicinal plants, but people use against COVID. You can have white eucalyptus, green eucalyptus, some white orange leaves, and lots of things, and it seems to work. Yeah. Good.
I have a question. Is the Madagascar multicultural? Because you say that if somebody is creative, it is possible to come to Madagascar and we will have the work there and can earn money. So are there a lot of people from different countries that they came to Madagascar and they work there?
Yes, yes. In Madagascar, there is the biggest community of French people in Africa. There are about 40,000 living here in Madagascar. Some of them are born here. And we have also some Indian people. They came to Madagascar 2 centuries ago. And they are now here in Madagascar as local people with local citizenship. And we have also the Chinese people. They are the Chinese people who came 2 centuries ago, and there are also the new Chinese people. There are lots of them coming in the last 20 years. And we have some people from Africa. In tourism, we have investors from Italy, from Germany, and of course from France.
So it's really multicultural. So it's really multicultural.
Yes, local people are open to foreigners. There is no reluctance about that. You can see here empty bottles.
Yeah, we hear.
Yes.
The empty bottles. You can say to our audience for what you use it.
If you need them, for example, when you go to the hospital to see a doctor and the doctor asks you to bring your urine, you can buy the empty bottles here. Or there is also another possibility. You buy an empty bottle here and you go to... Hey. Those people don't like the way you take a picture at everybody. Here,
Now we don't hear you. Are you say something?
Okay. No, I just show around.
Okay.
I just show around.
I was confused.
You can see some lemon juice with lemon, ginger. Receiving machine again.
You said before about the Madagascar people that they are really open for other cultures. So, what you can say more about the people who born there, who live there?
You mean the local people?
Yeah, the local people.
Yes, as I told you, there are 18 different tribes, but they can understand each other. They speak the same language with different accents. Maybe some words have different meanings, but all the same. It is the same Malagasy language, and the only difference is maybe because of distance and because lack of mobility. but we still need to know each other better. You see people, some of them look like Asian, some are more or less with African complexion, but there is no rivalry. We are all Madagascar people from the north or from the south.
You say generally that they are open for others, and I don't know, they like to meet the other people and they invite them for some events or to their house. You know, they like to meet each other.
Okay, it's possible. It's possible. You can be invited easily to somebody's house, but you have to take into account that people are more shy. If you compare with European people. Even very open. They don't talk a lot. They just smile. And for example, if you want to take pictures of people, you have to wave your hand. If you can get a smile as an answer, that means it's okay. But if people don't want to be taken in photo, they will show you by their hand that it's not okay.
Yeah, I believe that when we are travel, we should ask people if we can take a photo of them, and if they don't want, we need to take into account. It's like when somebody will come here to Poland and to Europe, and they will take your photo, and they don't ask about the permission for it. So every time it's kind of unpolite thing. Even that I like the photos of the people because it's like something real from the country which you visit, but every time I try to ask the people if I can do that, ask for the permission, because it's polite and that's all. Yes.
Here is an area where you can find items for wedding.
So everything in the one place.
Yes, everything.
Are there any shops with weddings dresses or only on the market like this one we can find it?
Oh, this is for people who don't want to go to big shops, but you can find them also in a big shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you say something about the weather on Madagascar? Because we were talking about this, that at the morning time it's quite hot, but now you are going to the afternoon hours, so the temperature goes down. So what about the weather on Madagascar? When is the best time to visit island?
The best time to visit the island is from April to October to November. If you don't like rain, you avoid to come to Madagascar in January and in February. But otherwise, it's okay. You can come here. The best time is from April because it is the end of the rain. It is the beginning of the winter, and the temperature is rather mild. It's good for European people. It's not too hot, but it's not also as European winter. It is just a bit cold in the morning and at night, but otherwise during the day it's hot enough.
So we need to predict almost whole temperature maybe not whole temperature, but between 30 and between 15 at the morning and in the evening. So we need to take different kind of
it can be
clothes.
30 at noon, goes down again towards the evening.
Yeah. I would like to add one more thing about the rain, because you say that if somebody doesn't like the rain, they should avoid the January and February. But what is more important, that if it's raining, sometimes, as I heard, you can correct, that sometimes you can have really heavy rain and it will be impossible to get to some places on Madagascar during this time as well. Is it true?
So you mean?
I mean that
there are some places you can't go to when it rains heavily.
Yeah,
that's possible. There are some places where roads are not that good. So during rainy season, it's better not to go there. But you know, the advantage of the rainy season is that is the best time to see plants, orchids, and birds. So for people interested in wildlife, the weather does not does not matter. The weather does not matter. Anyway, when it rains mostly at the end of the day. So during the day you can do something. Except there are some places you can't get to. Yeah,
I heard that, for example, it's a problem to get to baobabs.
To get to
the trees, that they are the most recognizable baobab. Yeah.
No, you can go to the baobab, but
when it's raining.
There are some places where you can't go, but you can see the baobab. For example, the baobab avenue. You can get there any time of the year.
Ah, okay. So yeah, the road allows us to go there.
From to the area of baobab, you can get there with a national road, which is good enough. But from there to some parks, it might be difficult. Here we are in the area of second-hand shoes. I think there is also another explanation of the fact that there are less people, because there is another market, which is the Wednesday market. I could show you that market once during our exchange, and for sure most of the people went to the Wednesday market today. Here you can find items for school, everything you need at school. Yeah.
Okay. What kind of transportation you will recommend people when they want to visit a lot of places on Madagascar? Buses, cars, planes?
Yeah, buses if you are in a group. But if you want to visit remote places, it's better to use four-wheel drive. And it is always a combination of car and domestic flight.
Yeah, because as you said at the beginning, Madagascar is very big. It's definitely bigger than Poland, so we need to think about that. But if we would like to visit the north part and the south part, we need to take a domestic flight. We should take a domestic flight between this distance, because it's big distance.
Yes, it's a big distance. Yeah, that's right.
But when we rent a car, we can go as a self-drive, or we should take a driver with us?
Yes, if you have a good GPS and a good map and a good sense of orientation, you can hire a car without a driver.
Okay.
But nonetheless, if you are sophisticated tourist, it's better to have a driver with you.
Which places generally you will recommend us if we have, for example, 2 weeks? 2 weeks on Madagascar, where we should go?
I tell you, the best seller of Madagascar for 2 weeks. It is a combination of the stuff with a resort. I mean, 7 days on the road to the south, visiting lots of national parks, and then you have 7 days on the seaside. For example, once in the south, you can fly to another part of Madagascar for a seaside resort, and that makes you 2 weeks. But if you are naturally, 2 weeks is good also to see all the parks of Madagascar. But if you want to see the whole Madagascar, 2 weeks are not enough.
It's not enough. So 3 weeks we should have.
3 weeks is okay, but not here again. You have some stamps here. They make the stamps here. And some glasses. If you come with your glasses, they can study the degree of your classes and they make it the same day for you. You talked about baobabs. There are some baobab miniatures made with palisander wood.
It's not the same like a real tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be kind of souvenir. So this is also the good place to buy souvenirs.
Yeah. Antananarivo is a place where you can go up and down everything because it's very hilly. So there are lots of stairs. We are coming up stairs again after going down. I show you some miniatures of cars, aircraft, crocodile, wooden crocodile, wood carving, lemurs, cars again, and some musical instruments. Glasses, old coins for collection.
Yeah.
And some lizard, crocodiles, and snake. That is a crocodile.
Yeah.
Crocodile is
the bags.
About 30 to 50 euro, or sometimes more, because this is a true crocodile leather, but there are some restrictions. You can buy only one piece if you for exportation, because crocodile is now among the protected animals.
It's not.
And you can have some Bible in French, in English, in other languages.
In Polish?
In Polish,
not
you
yet.
can find in big libraries, but not in.
Really?
I think so. We can find Bible in Russian. Why not in Polish? We have very few Polish people here in Madagascar. At, here they sell CD for religious songs, cantics.
Which beaches you recommend on Madagascar if somebody will, visit a lot of part of Madagascar and the last stop they would like to stay at the beach? I think the most popular, as we heard, was Nosibe, but I don't know.
Yes.
Are there any
Very
other
popular.
beaches? Yeah, it is. But maybe if we are looking for some, more unique, more empty beach, which part? The north or
You can
the
go to the
central part?
western part of Madagascar. You can find some empty beaches there, which are just for you. There are some nice hotels and not crowded hotels. Very few villages and very nice beaches. Yes, Nusipe is very popular, but it does not mean it is the best of the best. There are some places not well known, but with very, very nice beaches. But Nusipe is a good combination of tourism because you can have wildlife, you can have local life, nightlife, you can have nice beach, you can have a nice hotel. Yeah. So here is a restaurant, and here is the menu. And as I told you, it is always rice, pari, and the lauka. But lauka is what goes with rice. What might be fish or chicken or meat or something like that. But rice is always there.
Yeah. Where are exactly the beaches you recommend that they are more empty?
I told you the southwest of Madagascar.
Southwest, yeah. I was thinking about the
yes.
same.
Yeah.
We need a car to get there, yeah?
Yes. You can get there with a car, or if you want to be quicker, you can have a plane. Because as I told you, you can have 7 days on the road with a car, and you can visit many things. So at the end of the stay, at the end of the trip, you have your resort stay.
Live concert?
Yeah. People, beggars, they sing and they are begging. I think it's a way of being useful for something instead of just begging. So we are almost on top of stairs now. You can see down there the marketplace, and all along the street of the stairs, people are selling things.
We have to say that is the biggest open market on the world, or the second one open market on the world?
It used to be, it is not anymore the biggest in the world because it has changed. But it is still among the biggest semi-open markets in the world. But as I told you once, the most known big markets, covered markets, are Istanbul and Marrakesh. But the Zuma market in Antananarivo is also mentioned in some tourist guidebooks.
Mhm.
So here we are in an administrative district. Here is the square of Independence Square. This is a stela. You can see the big stela where is written the date of independence. The Independence Day was 26th of June in 1960.
Mhm.
And here is a statue of the first president of Madagascar after independence.
Mhm.
His name is Philibert.
Oh, we don't see it clear, so you need to read us.
I mean, Philibert Tsiranana. He was born in 1910 and died in 1971.
Okay. Are there any festivals on Madagascar that we could join when we travel there during the year?
Yes,
Some big events?
there is a festival in the north of Madagascar, in the island of Lucy Bay. The name of the festival is Dunia, and it is somewhere in the first trimester. I mean, somewhere in between May, June, second semester, first semester. And there is also the Malagasy New Year in March, at the end of March or April. And there are some big, not tourist festival, but true Malagasy events, such as the so-called Famadiana, when people take the dead body from the tomb and re-rope it with new shrouds and take it back to the tomb again. We call it Famadiana, and it takes place during the winter, somewhere in July, August, September. If you see it on the way, you can stop and join the party. There is also the tourist fair in Madagascar, mostly on May or June. That is an international tourist fair where all the islands of the Indian Ocean come to Madagascar for this tourist fair, and there are some festivities going along. So you can have that, but in every place, every region in Madagascar, they have their local festivities, and it might happen to you to come across. Anyway, when you plan a group of tourists, we will inform you about existing events. Hello?
Yes, we hear you. We are listening what you're saying.
Yeah. You know, everywhere in the 22 regions of Madagascar, because we have 6 provinces and 22 regions. In some, there are regional tourist boards. Some of them organize tourist festivals, so tourists can come across with such events when they come to Madagascar. For example, it's possible you can across the competition of motorboats, competition of pyro, fishermen boats, the local small boats.
That's interesting. Where are we now?
We are in an administrative area where we can see ministries. For example, on the left, it is the Ministry of Finance, but on the right, it is a hotel All around here, we find many buildings hosting the different ministries. But there are also some supermarkets.
You have a lot of market, the capital city.
Yes. To the contrary of market, the supermarket is not as crowded. The leader price is, for example, French France market, supermarket. It's like a supermarket in your country, so I think you know it. There is also ShopRite, but it's a South African supermarket. Everywhere in the southern part of Africa, you always have a ShopRite supermarket. ShopRite is from South Africa. You can find it in Mozambique, in Tanzania, in Angola, in Zimbabwe. Some fashion shop again. And hotel Le Pousse-Pousse. Do you know what Pousse-Pousse is?
No.
Pousse-Pousse is a rickshaw. A rickshaw carried by a man.
Okay.
Because in some places of Madagascar, you can still go on board of a rickshaw. Even here, you can find some medicinal plants. And if you don't want to buy the newspaper, you just have a look of the title.
You can check if you would like to buy or not before you buy.
Yeah. If it sounds interesting, you buy it. If not, you don't buy it.
Okay.
I show you here the State Bank. That is a big concrete building. And next to it is an office where there is a program for corruption fighting. But what is interesting here, it is the tree. You can see the big tree. The big tree which looks like a palm. We call it in Madagascar ravinala. That means the leaves of a forest. And this is an endemic plant of Madagascar. And in tourism, it is known as the traveler palm. It is only in Madagascar. The leaves are like banana leaves. The shape is like a palm tree, but actually it is not a palm tree. It is not a banana family. It is a Strelitzia. That means it gives the same flower as the Strelitzia in the garden. And it is, they told you, endemic to Madagascar. If you find it somewhere else, that means it comes from Madagascar.
Okay. Okay, Jolna, we are almost 1 hour live, so I have a question. Would you like to show us something more, or we are going to the end this virtual trip?
Okay, I go to the tourist office and we can end the streaming there. Here it is the Economic Development Board of Madagascar. If you are an investor, it can facilitate your formalities to invest in Madagascar. So I go to the tourist office and we can have our ending of the day.
Okay. Is it far from here or is close? And you
No, it is. I will be there 3 minutes. It's okay, 3 minutes?
Yeah, it's okay. But what we can see there?
What we can see there, we can talk about tourism, generally speaking, so that I can show you some maps. Some tourist maps where I can show you the places we were talking about, with a beach, with I can.
There are some photos, yeah, which you would like to show us. Okay. The view is not very clear now, I think, because of the internet connection, so I'm not sure if we will see it clear on the photos.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
The picture is not clear now?
No, it's not. I don't know why, because we tested the connection in the same area, yeah, a few days ago, so.
I think it is the weather. It's a bit cloudy today.
Yeah, so, sometimes the wind not help us. Yeah, it's true.
So the light is not perfect.
No, it's not.
Do you see anything?
Yeah, no? we see, but not very clear. So I'm worried that the pictures will be, and we are almost 1 hour. So it's like the time that we often end a virtual trip to not get boring of our audience, of course.
Okay. So I will stay in the garden over there, and we can end the filming.
Now the view is really, really not good. We don't see a lot.
You don't see a lot?
No.
For example, if I show you here a hotel, do you see it?
We see the building, but not very clear. I will show you how it looked like later.
One of the biggest hotels in Antananarivo, the Louvre.
Oh, okay. The biggest one, yeah? One of
Not
the biggest.
Not the biggest one, but one of them. This is a 4-star hotel. 4-star hotel, where you can have a spa and all the commodities. There are some hotels like this around here. I talked about the tourism office. It is right here. So I get into the garden of a tourism office, and maybe I stand there to talk about final presentation. So what you could see today is just a part of life in Antananarivo. Here you can have a map of the city. And that's the map of Madagascar.
We don't see a lot because of the view,
Oh,
yeah.
no,
That's the problem.
It's a bit All right. I try to get it from afar. Here, if you want, Madagascar. Yes. Here is a map of Madagascar.
Mhm.
Do you see anything? Or it's
Not very clear. I think it won't work. Yeah, because the view, the view is not so good, so it's hard to see.
so I show myself. Do you see me?
Yeah, yeah. Not very clear, but we see you. But it's fine.
It's like this.
Yeah.
So we have crossed the marketplace, and we are now in the tourism office. And how many minutes do we still have?
We are after 1 hour, so it's the time to end.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I just want to tell you that we can offer you tailor-made trips, and we can offer you incentives and group trips and everything you want, but just get in touch and it will be okay. I thank you for the invitation for this streaming.
Okay. Thank you very much that you say yes for our virtual trip, and that you have your time for show us the really small part of Madagascar. We were on the one of the biggest open market in the world. So thank you very much for your time and that you agreed to join to our project.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
See you. Thank you.
Have a nice afternoon.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Kochani, Wam również bardzo dziękujemy za obecność w tej wirtualnej podróży. Zdaję sobie z tego sprawę, że widok nie był rewelacyjny, chociaż uwierzcie, że byliśmy dokładnie w tym samym miejscu. Kilka dni temu testowaliśmy w zasadzie w różnych miejscach Madagaskaru połączenie i tu działało najlepiej, więc dlatego też zdecydowaliśmy się na to konkretne miejsce. Natomiast dzisiaj ten widok nie był bardzo ostry, ale mam nadzieję, że udało Wam się chociaż trochę zobaczyć, jak wygląda stolica i poczuć tego klimatu. Tak jak tu mówił Jaona, w tym momencie Madagaskar jest zamknięty niestety na turystów, natomiast będzie to do końca miesiąca. Wcześniej północna część była otwarta i można było podróżować, więc przypuszczam, że ta część będzie otworzona. No, zobaczymy jak zresztą. Dziękuję za Waszą obecność. Zapraszam Was już teraz na kolejne spotkanie. Mam nadzieję, że podobało Wam się, że jest to taka troszeczkę odskocznia od tego wszystkiego, co się dzieje i że możecie dzięki temu zobaczyć kawałek świata, poznać go, czy zadać jakieś pytanie, które Was interesuje. Oczywiście, jeżeli narodzą się u Was w głowie jakieś dodatkowe pytania, których nie poruszaliśmy, które są dla Was interesujące i chcecie mieć na nie odpowiedź, dajcie proszę znać, czy to w komentarzu, czy w wiadomości prywatnej do nas. Na wszystkie pytania bardzo chętnie odpowiemy. Dziękujemy Wam bardzo i życzymy Wam dzisiaj miłego dnia. No i zapraszamy oczywiście na kolejne spotkania z cyklu naszych wirtualnych podróży. Pozdrawiamy Was serdecznie.